Hello, welcome to this new series. In this new series, we're going to talk about how to get a business idea off the ground. Hello and welcome to Boffix Tax Tips, your place on the internet for small businesses to get information they need to be able to make sure they don't just survive but thrive. Now in this series we're going to look about starting your very own business, and we want to walk you through 8 tips and 8 examples of exactly how to make sure that you're getting the most out of it, and also give you some tips and guidance along the way. So without further ado, let's run the intro and then let's make sure that we are understanding exactly how you can set up your own business. My name is Aaron Patrick. I'm a chartered accountant, certified UK trainer, and also that QuickBooks Chap. As head of accounts at Boffix, one of the things we are always so proud of is how our clients are out there starting new businesses. But it's not a fluke. They've not just quickly thought, let's make a business and just go for it. They've been through the right measures to make sure that they're doing it correctly. And when you do this process correctly of thinking about how to create a business and how to go through the step-by-steps, you're going to be rewarded with a much stronger business idea that's going to make sure that you're prepared for the eventualities and the issues you may face. Let's look at number 1. Let's look at the first part about this journey. And in this series, we're going to tackle each of the different parts of the journey one episode at a time, and we're going to be releasing it week by week, so don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next one in the series. But this particular one is all about assessing your business idea and ultimately making sure your business idea has legs. So putting your small ideas into action. How do you come up with a small business idea, and how do you decide if it's any good? Can you do your own research? When will you need to take professional involved? Putting small ideas into action. How do you come up with a small business idea? How do you decide if it's any good? Can you do your own research, and when will you need to get professional involved? Here's how to put your business idea into action. Where do good ideas come from? Not many businesses start with a eureka moment. Some don't even start with an idea at all. A hobbyist, for example, might just fall into business by doing what they love. Most other businesses are built around very simple ideas. It might be an old concept in a new location or an old service delivered online. You don't need to be touched by genius to come up with something. You just need to be able to spot an opportunity. So first of all, the first thing you're gonna do is brainstorm your business ideas. Now it's really difficult just to quickly go through and brainstorm some business ideas like this. It's going to take time, it's going to take you some opportunities, but most of the time it will come to you naturally. If you've got an idea or you've got something you want to go through with, you're going to have the opportunity to bring that to power. Don't put pressure on yourself. If you sit down and want to do a brainstorming session and you come up with absolutely nothing, that's fine. You will understand it, and as you start going through all these different bits I'm about to talk about, that's going to make you start thinking about other brainstorming opportunities. You're going to be actively thinking about them as they start coming into your mind. So just remember to jot them down, and that's as far as you need to go for this particular exercise. So the first thing you're going to have to think about is what products to sell or services to provide. A lot of people try to come up with business ideas by thinking about products or services first. So what are people buying? Which products or services have the best margin? And what products or services would be costly to produce and sell? These are great questions to ask yourself when doing a formal business plan, but don't overcomplicate it when first considering business ideas. Start by looking at gaps in the market, preferably ones that you would enjoy filing. You tend to learn faster and network better when working on something that interests you. And when it comes to good business ideas, it can either be bold or it could be traditional. There's no right or wrong answer here. New ideas involve more trial and error, difficult finding suppliers, hand-holding by lenders, investors, educating the market, and uncertainty. Whereas tried and true ideas involve more convention, supply chain politics, price competition, difficult standing out, and limits to expansion. When thinking about your business, really think about your core values. Are you looking for a lifestyle business or world domination? Your approach to business will be affected by your end goal. If you're aiming for high growth, you'll need plans for ramping up production when things take off, access to a lot of money, probably through equity investors, a long-term view of profitability, as short-term revenue will be reinvested. At this point though, really do consider if being in a small business is right for you. You're going to be working long hours, you're going to have to sacrifice certain things, including pay packets from time to time. So just make sure at this stage that that wonderful idea you've got, that brilliant opportunity for you to go out there and market yourself and your new product or your new service or your new idea, make sure that is it all going to be worth it for you and you personally. Are you the sort of person who likes that challenge, likes putting that risk while you're there, or are you someone that doesn't really appeal to you? Be honest with yourself at this point and then make sure that you've ticked all those boxes before you move on to the next stage. Now you've got that great idea, so let's talk about testing those business ideas. And there's 3 ways you can think about testing them. Think about your customers. Who are they? How will you reach them? And will they choose you? And what will they pay? From a resource point of view, can you get the supplies you need? What tools will you need? Will you need contractors or staff? And finally, from a finances point of view, how much will you have to charge? What will it cost to launch? Where will all the money come from? And as an accountant and accounts professional, we would urge you also to think about, when you're planning this sort of thing, then start looking for the long-term future. When will you break even? Is there any chance a competitor could come along and derail you? Don't just think about exactly how to start the business, but think about how you're going to maintain growth and how you're going to make sure you're future-proofing that business idea going forward. You'll learn from day one of this exercise that customers are by far the most important thing. Unless someone will pay money for goods or services, then the rest doesn't really matter. It's vital to find out if there's a market. Market research needs to include your customers and also your competitors. You don't have to do a full-scale study straight away, but it pays to start testing the waters as soon as you can. And smash that like button if you find that us doing a guide on competitors and also market research will be a benefit to you. And we need to be frank at this point as well. Why you're not the best judge of your idea. Coming up with an amazing idea for a business might feel like you've hit the jackpot, but be aware of overconfidence. We're all naturally attracted to our ideas and we have a hard time accepting their flaws. Now, the cynical above you here will definitely be thinking that we are just trying to promote ourselves here, but trust me, we're not. This whole channel is designed to make sure small businesses survive or thrive, with or without the help of Boffix. But our next point is crucial that you understand. Knowing when to get the right business advisors on board is crucial to any small business succeeding or failing. When to get the right mentors and when to think about employing an accountant or a bookkeeper. Both of those are separate, but both of those are so important. And here at Boffix, we strive to make sure both of those can be fulfilled. From mentors, we can get you in touch with some of the leading and best. And from accountants and bookkeepers, obviously we're going to tell you that we can go out there and give you the best service. But if you don't need our particular expertise, we can push you on to others as well. Maybe the others are more local to you, maybe they have got more for your niche. We want to make sure that every small business finds the right business advisors for them. Being a business advisor isn't one shoe fits all. You have to find the right business advisor for you, and those business advisors will gravitate towards the right small businesses. But it's so important knowing what type of business structure to set up, knowing how to make sure you're VAT registered and when, knowing what your personal tax liabilities are going to be, what your company tax liabilities are going to be. It's going to be huge for you as a small business because they're the sort of hurdles which can quickly derail any small business idea. So understanding them at day one is so important. And I promise you it's going to cost less than you think to get that right. And we also have a nice business viability checklist for you. So if you've come this far to this end of the video, then you must be at least considering that having or starting a small business is right for you. So ask yourself these following questions. Is your product or service solving a real problem for users? A, yes, we've checked with the target market. B, I think so, but haven't done any research yet. Or C, I think so, but the research doesn't support that yet. Jot down your answers now, A, B or C. 2, will your target market change their behaviour and pay the required amount to get your solution? A, yes, I've asked them. B, I'm not sure yet. Or C, it's probably going to be a difficult decision for them. Again, jot down your answers. 3, have you done any competitor research? A, yes, I know their strengths and weaknesses. B, a bit, but I'm only getting started. Or C, no, I'm not even sure who my competitors are. 4, do you have access to the money? Yes, I think I'll get what I need. B, I'm figuring that out now. Or C, I don't know what I need. 5, do you have the time and resource to put into your business? A, yes, I have a plan to bring it to life. B, I think so, but there's just so much to do. C, I don't know, I found time to think about it yet. 6, have you written a business plan? A, yes, it's been reviewed by an accountant. B, I've started it, but it needs work. Or C, no, I've just got tons of notes. Take those questions, look and see how many A's, B's and C's you've got, and rank from A, B and C which one you've been answering the most. If you've got mostly C's, then your idea needs some work. Do some research and think about things in more detail. If you get mostly B's on the other hand, you've made a great start, but things are stalling. It's time for some homework. And finally, if you've got mostly A's, it sounds like you know what you're doing. Keep on going. If you scored highly in that, then great work. Let's go on to the next part together, and we will be making sure that next part of the series is released in a week or so's time. If your idea doesn't seem viable though, then you definitely don't need to give up just because your ideas fall short of some of these tests. You might be able to resurrect it with a few tweaks. Maybe your target market is wrong, or your price, think creatively. If it still doesn't stack up, then file away your notes and move on to something else, but don't throw anything away. You might come up with a perfect way to make it work in a year, or 10 years from now. Ideas are never over. Think about it. If you're passionate about starting a business, then dive in, don't overthink it, but make sure you have a strategy that's flexible enough to adapt and change, because remember, plans are worthless, but planning is everything. And there we have it, part 1 of this guide of setting up a new business. We've still got 7 more to go, so make sure you use that like and subscribe button to make sure that you're locked into this channel so that you can get the next ones as they come along. If you're interested in business at all, then don't be afraid to get in touch with us at boffix.com. hello@boffix.com is your friend. And with that, it's been an absolute pleasure to do this video for you. My name's Aaron Patrick, Head of Accounts here at Boffix, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.
I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it starts, when it starts. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. Oh, the way that I feel, yeah, I know that it's real, 'cause I can get him out of my head. I don't care what we do, everything's feeling new. Even if we stay in bed, my heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. You know I want him, nah, 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 nah. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello and thank you for watching that video. What you may not know is this channel that you've watched this video from is part of a wider group. That wider group is called Apple Core Production, and the 3 channels that we have involved are as follows: Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks Chap, Boffix Tax Tip. Finally, we have Apple Core Live and Geeky. All the links and everything are down below in the description, but it really means a lot to us if you can go and give a like to the other channels as well.